Rowville. By way of introduction, for those of you that I haven't met before, my name's Sam Babalis. I'll be your auctioneer here today. A very familiar face to move anytime soon that's got space for everyone. So I can see some of you with some large families, which is probably why you've turned up today. And I think that's what makes this home quite unique as opposed to maybe anything else you've seen on the market. So very best of luck to you. I don't propose to hold any up here this afternoon. I know some of you have got maybe some other inspections to get to. We've certainly got a full day of auctions again. Very successful this morning. Everything has been sold. And of course, that's no secret with the way the market's heading and interest rates still at record lows. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got any questions, of course, I'm your facilitator today. My name's Sam. I'll be here to help you buy the property. But we appreciate that we do this every day, every Saturday, particularly an auction day. May have been a while since you last bid or bought at an auction. So we've got Stephen, obviously, that you've met during the open for inspections, here to answer any questions you might have. Or if you'd like some assistance with your bidding, we've also got Byron, who, the director of the principal, we proudly represent Harcourts in Rowville. A big thank you to our vendors, obviously, for engaging us as Rowville's leading estate agents to market the home. So folks, I'll read through the contract. They are standard Real Estate Institute of Victoria combined Law Institute of Victoria contracts of sale. I've been through them with a fine-tooth comb. They're as straightforward as they come. So you don't need to worry about anything other than what you're prepared to pay for the property and beat your competition to the post. The contracts, which have been expertly prepared by Superior Conveyancing, the vendor's legal representative, states that we sell to you the property today, ladies and gentlemen, which is described legally in the attached copy and plan as being lot number 89, volume 9742, folio 067. That's a lot of numbers. Put simply, what you're buying today is the land with the improvements, the home, which is better known and described as number 58 Liberty Avenue in Rowville. Someone asked earlier, Sam, what are included in the chattels? Well, effectively, turn the house upside down. What falls out, the vendors will take with them. What remains, ladies and gentlemen, will pass with the property and be there for you to inspect closer to final inspection. So the chattels are all fixtures and fittings as inspected prior to auction. The price, the question on everyone's lips at an auction, what's it worth? Well, I can say this to you, our vendors have set a very realistic reserve price here this afternoon based on comparable sales in the area. They've been on display throughout the campaign, certainly this morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, they're in line with what other properties have been sold for. It'll be determined by your bidding, of course. We're calling for a 10% deposit unless prior arrangements have been made and approved by Stephen and the vendors, so you can bid on that basis. Otherwise, folks, we have flexible terms offered by the vendors this morning. Obviously, you can take vacant possession, and our preference is for a quick settlement, 30 days, but you can have 45, 60 days. We can even extend up to 90 days. Maybe you've seen it this morning and think, geez, you know, I might have a crack today and get my house on the market. Well, the team can get your home on the market comfortably, offer us a 90-day settlement here. We'll auction your property and then we can match the settlements together so you both settle at the same time by mutual agreement, of course. So, folks, we've made it as easy as possible for you. The settlement date will be the date upon which vacant possession shall be given, namely upon acceptance of title and payment of the holder purchase monies. And the date of this sale is today's date, ladies and gentlemen, the first day in July 2017. With regards to the vendor's statement or the section 32, just summarising it for you very quickly, we've got total rates to Knox City Council here to be around $1,773.65 to be precise. You're obviously charged as far as your water goes on usage, and that's how you're metered as you are in your own current homes. We are Zone General Residential Zone Schedule 2. That's what the planning certificate states, which is pretty much the same for all the properties in this whole subdivision. One of the best forms of zoning that you can get, certainly not just in Rowville but in Melbourne. Vic Roads has returned a certificate stating they have no interest in the property. All other instrumentalities have returned their certificate stating no interest or proposals, so it's pretty much as straightforward as it comes. Now, the most important document at an auction, which is in fact what you take home and own once you've bought a property. The most important document, the title, shows that we have a beautiful home here, quite a large home with beautifully proportioned rooms, quite substantial in size, but we also offer you a beautiful parcel of land, ladies and gentlemen, some 727 square metres of blue chip Rowville real estate. For those who'd like the dimensions as they show on title, we have an 18.37 metre frontage with an 18.44 metre rear boundary, and on my right hand side, on this side, we've got 42.91 metres by 38.16 metres on my left hand side, your right. So ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, a beautiful parcel of land, a great home in a great location. With regards to today's proceedings, we obviously have a few rules that we need to abide by with regards to the auction. I need you to read the auction rules out to you by law, and it simply states that today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of today's auction. The vendors today have set a reserve price. As the auctioneer will indicate, bidders on request should it be required. The law prohibits false bids. The law prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and the law prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it provides fines for such conduct that I can impose today as the auctioneer. If I need to today, ladies and gentlemen, to place a vendor bid on behalf of the vendor, only I can do so today as the auctioneer, and if I choose to do so, I will simply make it aware to you and use the word vendor bid. It's pretty straightforward. Now, if you're here today in a bidding capacity and we get to the vendor's reserve, which is otherwise known to us in the industry as our vendor's minimum position, I will let you know. So you don't need to yell it out and ask me. We get very excited when we get to that point, and so should you, because it means that we've reached the point where we're going to find out who the proud new owners will be. But if I knock the property down at the end, ladies and gentlemen, on the third call, and you bid past that point after it's been knocked down, I cannot accept any late bids under any circumstances, irrespective of the increment. So as long as we play by the rules, no one's going to go home disappointed today. I hope that's clear. Now, one other important note, if you're here today without your husband or wife or any other person that has an interest in buying today with you, just let Byron and Stephen know when you come inside as the purchaser to place the words and or nominee. That means that you can substitute or nominate any other person who has an interest today financially in the property, and you can worry about that later on. You've got all the time you need right up until 14 days prior to settlement. So we've made it really as simple as it can be to buy the property here today. They're the auction rules, ladies and gentlemen. That's the contract in its entirety. It is, as I mentioned, as straightforward as it comes. Now, before we get into the exciting part of the auction, it'd be rather remiss of me not to say a couple of very quick words about the home. And I think what's quite evident when you walk through the property is just the size of the home. And if you're looking for a home where the family can grow into and you can watch your problems disappear, well, that's what we're offering today. It is a substantially large home, well-proportioned rooms. I think that's evident and clean and tidy, might I add. As you walk through a very cleverly designed home, you've got a beautiful formal lounge area just behind me here, perhaps to entertain the adults. A home office just on the entrance point there, which could almost double up as a fifth bedroom or a guest room if the kids have got friends staying over or if you've got some visitors from overseas. But it gets better, ladies and gentlemen, because as you swing around the dining room, you're obviously greeted by that updated kitchen, the beautiful new bench tops. You've got all the space in there to cook the family. Being a large home, a wonderful roast dinner on any given Saturday or Sunday night. Outside, it gets even better. And on a beautiful day like today, even though it's a bit chilly, the wind factor's a bit cold, maybe some of you have envisaged having your first housewarming barbecue with all the kids playing safely in the privacy and security of that beautiful rear courtyard garden. It is substantial in size when you think about the proportion of the house. But again, it keeps going. So you've got a great billiards room, which could double up as a theatre room for the kids. Shut the door, they're out of earshot while the parents enjoy a glass of wine and chat about real estate at the front here and how prices are only going one way, that's up. Well, of course, the kids can be at the back watching their favourite movie. And of course, you've got a utilities at the room because you've got access down the side here underneath of the veranda here, the carport. Great for anyone that's maybe thinking about a work from home situation. They don't need to interfere with the house. They can enter it through the gates out here and work from that back home office as well. So really flexible floor plan for you. Upstairs, an additional 4 bedrooms to choose from, built-in robes, of course, 3 toilets to choose from. The kids have got their bedrooms upstairs as well. And of course, the beautiful master suite, folks, which has got that wonderful walk-in robe and of course, the complete full ensuite. All the other mod cons that you'd expect when you are spending this sort of money in Rowville. You've got the heating, you've got the air conditioning units, you've got the alarms here, you've got everything that you need. But of course, folks, it's not just a great house, it's in a very convenient location. And whether it's the buses at your doorstep, the 681 or the 682, you're right here, you've got an own gate here to the reserve, Liberty Avenue Reserve again, accessible for you. The best part is the council will mow it for you. You don't need to worry about it if the kids want to have a kick of the footy. It's here for you to enjoy. And of course, Heaney Park Primary, Rowville Secondary College, Wellington Village Shop, Stud Park Shopping Centre. I could go on and on, folks, but really, it's very accessible from this very spot. Whether you need to jump on the Eastlink, the Monash, if you'd like to extend your shopping experience, well, all the major arterial roads that lead out from here are there for you to enjoy. Folks, I've said enough. It is a beautiful day today. And again, the only bad news I have for you is that there's only room for one name on the contract. The remainder of us walk away, maybe disappointed, with just a brochure. So, your actions, not words, always determine your fate at an auction. We're here to sell. My question to you is, are you here to buy? So folks, let's stop looking. Let's start buying. Who'd like to start the bidding and open up for 58 Liberty Avenue in Rowville? I'm in your hands now. A great home. They don't come up that often. We've had great success as the area specialist selling in Rowville. Of course, rated as #1 agents by Rate My Agent, folks. So this is a chance to get into the real estate market. I can only tell you that today the new rules came in for properties up from 600 to 750. The first home buyers, there's a tsunami of them looking at homes in that price range because they're exempt from stamp duty now. And I think that houses worth 657 are probably going to go up a notch and it's going to flow through to the top end. What do I know? I've only been doing this 27 years. I've seen it before. So folks, this is your chance to get in the market now before maybe it gets even worse for our kids and becomes even more beyond reach to get into a property here in Melbourne. We've already surpassed Sydney, and that's because of the growing rate of inflation and certainly migration. Everything's selling. So ladies and gentlemen, who'd like to start the bidding? Come on, don't be shy, I'm here to help. Take the sound of my own voice. This is the chance to shine now. Spotlight's off me, over to you. Don't be shy, here to help. You all look like astute judges. The comparable sales have been on display. Can I suggest to start perhaps at $900,000? Who wouldn't want it for that? I don't think you could replace it for that if you found the block, if you could build the house, if you could landscape it. $900,000, anyone? Any brave soul? Second hardest bid you'll have to make today, other than those last ones when it gets to the pointy end, the business end of an auction. Vendor will bid at 900, fine. I'll start it away, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be nervous. I'll go in $10,000 rises at this point. Seems like a sensible place to go. At $900,000, bids with me, over to you now. 9 even money at $900,000, bid a bit at 9. Looking for 10 in the rise at $900,000. There should be 2 hands and legs up going up with that sort of money, surely. At $900,000, looking for a better bid and offer. At $900,000, might be a quick auction. I know you're out there. Come on, don't be shy. I'm not a mind reader. I need you to put your hand up. Give me the finger if you like, as long as it's the polite one, or even a wink. Seeing as though my wife's not here, she won't mind. Can I see an opening bid from yourselves? 9 even money, looking for an increase at $900,000. $900,000, think about what it offers, where we're standing, the convenience of the location. At $900,000 then, I'm going to call it 3 times at 900.
910.
Thank you. About time. 910. Welcome, Adam, to the auction. I hope you're there at the end. At 910 now, looking for a better bid and offer. We have a start. At $910,000. Bid of it now at 910, looking for 20 in the rise. At $910,000. Better bid anywhere else at 910. At 910, then all finished, silent, done. At 910,000, your bid, madam. First call at 910. Good buying at that, surely. Buy here today, move in 30, 60, 90 days. It's called a turnkey property. Don't really need to spend any money here. certainly you won't be outgrowing it anytime soon. Quite frightening to think when you resell what this will be worth, because the stats at the moment, the facts show that properties double every 10 years. So you're going to have a property worth pretty close to $2 million. Quite scary. At $910,000, second call. Quickly, if you want to buy, now's your bid. At $910,000, your bid, madam, at $910,000. At $910,000, looking for a better bid and offer. At $910,000, it's here now, looking for another increase. At $910,000, are we all finished? Silence, you're done. At $910,000, I'm looking for a better bid and offer. $10,000 will buy you in. Last opportunity. At $910,000, bids here. Plenty of blank stares, but I need some action, folks. At $910,000, third, final call. At $910,000, are you all finished? Are you all silent? Are you all done? At $910,000, the bids here, make no mistake. Any bid or better offer. 9110. Anyone? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd excuse me for a moment, I need to refer that bid and seek some instructions. I'll be back with you shortly. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. I'm sure you can all appreciate, for any Saturday, for any vendor selling a property, it's an enormous decision, and respectfully, just as large for yourself as purchasers. We need both of you, obviously, to meet somewhere in the middle in order to get deals done. At $910,000, we're a little bit light on from what we believe the property is worth, and our recommendation to the vendor is obviously that we will hold over for private negotiations if we do not receive an advance. Now, how we will play today's auction out is as follows. I'm going to place one final vendor bid at $920. That'll be the platform from which we'll look for a further bid. And if you haven't been to an auction for a while, if you're the highest bidder at an auction, by law, you put yourself in the box seat and we will disclose only to the highest bidder the reserve price and what we'll buy the property today. Alternatively, on our recommendation, we will just continue discussions with those that have made offers to date and obviously expressed interest. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to reopen the auction. If you want to buy here today, we have an advance, a vendor bid at $920, that's it from me. Now it's back over to you. $920,000. Might I add that our vendors have revised their reserve today to do a deal here, today at the auction. There's no auction tomorrow. And I'd hate for you to walk away and come back after the weekend and say, geez, Byron, Stephen, I'm interested, because I believe we will be signing a contract. So 920 vendor bid, back with me, over to you. It's location, accommodation, some would say the ingredients to the perfect real estate transaction. So you can't go wrong when you've got land underpinning your values. Obviously the facts showing that that's what it's worth with comparable homes and a beautiful large home. So folks, 920 is the bid. Looking for a better bid and offer now from you. Call it 3 times, otherwise as I mentioned, we're going to hold over for private treaty. 920 now. Can I see 930 anywhere at all? Still great buying, let me tell you. 920 then, all finished silent, done. Press call at 920 vendor bid. 30 is what I'm after if you want to buy. At $920,000, second call, quickly. Now's your chance. At $920,000 in, third, final call. You're finished. Silent, certainly on this side. But are you done? $920,000. 30, anyone at all? Well, ladies and gentlemen. Someone chased him down. Was that 1.5? If only I was a bit skinnier and could run a bit faster. $920,000, ladies and gentlemen. We are on our recommendation based on the results of recent sales, advising our clients to pass the property in. If you have interest in the home, beyond that level, that'll be the platform from which we continue discussions. I'd ask that you remain behind for a couple of minutes. We're happy to have a confidential chat, but the property's now for private sale. If you'd like to know what we'll buy, I'll be hanging around for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, we do have another auction in an hour around the corner. Hope to see you at the next one or at another Harcourt's auction in the future. Have a wonderful and safe weekend. Thanks for attending today's auction.